Hey gang, Pastor Matthew back for day 4 of our mini series, what I'm calling a preparation for our series Miracles, for you and I to experience a miracle. I want to kind of remind you very quickly on day 4, kind of what is a miracle. That's what we're going to be figuring out over the next 6 weeks. And I want to give you that working definition that you're going to hear for the next 6 weeks here at the River Church. That a miracle is an extraordinary event manifesting divine intervention in human affairs. An extraordinary event manifesting divine intervention in human affairs. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty confident that we all could use some divine intervention in a human affair. See, miracles are often very supernatural, and they're hard to explain. Hard to explain the miracle. Hard to explain when a doctor comes in and says, "I don't know how the cancer's gone. We have no idea." It's hard for that doctor to explain that. But can I tell you, the purpose of a miracle is much bigger than showing us what God can do. You know what a miracle really does? It shows you who God is. Go back to Psalm 77:14. It says, "You are the God who performs," there's the word, "miracles. You display your power among the peoples." Now that's good news, that God is still in the business of displaying his power among his people. Luke 2:49 says, Why were you searching for me?" he asked. "Didn't you know I had to be in my Father's house?" Even Jesus said, a young Jesus, when Joseph and Mary, they'd lost him, and he was in his Father's house. Now, if you were to look at the temple of that day, he would have been on the southern steps. These are actually the steps where Jesus took, but we can often think, where is God when I need him? I'm trying to make contact with him, and I feel like it's an empty sky. I feel like I'm hitting a lid. And real quick, I just want to answer this question for you here on day 4. Who deserves a miracle? Can I tell you? No one. No one deserves a miracle. We don't even know how to relate to miracles. But I want to share with you a couple quick ways on how you can relate. The first is we think. We think these are the people who deserve the miracles. A very spiritual person. Like you think that's kind of who the miracles are reserved for, just a select few people. Others think that to do good and don't do bad things, if I could just get better, if I could just get good, if I do bad, then I get bad. If I do good, I get good. I'm here to tell you that's not how it works. Others of you think it's about this deep knowledge, that we think we're disqualified because we don't know enough of the Bible, and most people think, I know I'm not that, so I don't think God will help me because I haven't experienced any of these things that we think. We all know we have barriers between us and God, but some of those are not true. Some of us, we think we have. And here's what we have. We have cultural barriers. We wonder if we belong. Our background, or our tradition, our ethnic upbringing, or our religious upbringing that we had doesn't match, and that becomes a cultural barrier for you. Can I tell you that's not true? Some of us, we think we have spiritual barriers. We act like we've got it together, but if anyone really knew that in your life right now you've got sin, that your life today is messy and it's complicated. For others of us, we have relational barriers. You're carrying around a lot of pain, and you're asking a question like who's going to help me? Who will help me? How's this ever going to work out? There's this perception of like, this is who I am, and this is no way God could show up, because my reputation is tainted. Can I tell you, that tension is real? The great news is this: not only does Jesus know this about us, but he has a solution for us. And I look forward to sharing with you the solution tomorrow in day 5.